from the very winters from Berlin. It's a very massive storm outside. So I will try to share my screen. Yeah. But I try to discuss the reinvent in politics and aesthetic in the White Art Academy. So it's so if you want to decolonize knowledge to the most of the important thing, it's we have to acknowledge there is a certain type of knowledge, a certain type of biographies are on higher positions and higher level, and very often what we're facing, the people are very they don't have enough vocabulary to talk about it, and especially with this Gloria Recker's statement that if you want to decolonize knowledge, how are you going to do that with the current workforce who do not even have a vocabulary to talk about it? I think that sentence quite reflecting current state of many art school in Germany, especially also Weisensee, because of the current situation. It's like very often we are becoming like a guest or guest student or guest teachers, guest professors, all those situation, not only violence, many other places. And historical bias in the art schools, the Eurocentrism exclusive of marginalized community, lack of representations, colonial legacy is still very often all over the place, and also the within the curriculum, and if you see the amount of art students who are entered art school and who are white and who are non-white, who especially who are non-European, they are really less amount of student, and also like certain other the federal state in Germany, like for example Baden-Württemberg federal state, they even have visa-free semester fees for the non-European student, and it's while other students are enjoying the so-called free education. And sorry, my screen to some things. And diversity is not a label; it's active practice. I'm just try to throw this question to you, who is in the audience, who's in the Zoom, and to everybody as a reflected moment to why some people are not in this space, because I think it's not just this space, or also in art school, especially art academic, there is a really lack of black, brown, people of color in the classroom. It seems like, especially in Germany, it's not, these people are not existing, but the question is why they are not in the space, and also why I'm not in the physical right now in Belgrade. That's also part of this reality. So having this kind of passport regime still control on our move. Even sometime it reminds me the one art space art project we did in the foundation class. Many artists can't travel to Amsterdam, but their artwork travel there. So, and why some doors are easily open to me, and why what are my unconscious cultural beliefs? I think even within the so-called progressive layers of the society here, it's very often in the end questions go but this and that, into questions go to the very Eurocentric cultural belief, and also the very personal level. I would invite you to reflect who are your friends, and what is your friend circle, what is your family circles, and also in your classroom, what kind of people, or your favorite so-called favorite student, or those all type of circles are reflecting actually our positioning. And decolonizing curriculums, because most of the curriculum in the art schools are actually the very white Eurocentric, and also the falsely denying the oral knowledge of the global south, which is especially which is never documented, but which is destroyed by the 600-700 years of colonization. And for example, in Sri Lanka, it was where I come from, it was more than 575 years of colonization, 3 different European countries, and then then the whole knowledge of the country is being lost, and but the oral knowledge still existing, but these are like really not accepted in here, and also the changing the center of the Eurocentric education, because still even we are very much discussing bring the non-EU student or BPOC student into the art school, but the question is who is going to teach them, what kind of language they're going to learn, artistic language they're going to learn, and how actually how what kind of knowledge they're going to have it, who's going to give that, and the we call like CRC practice, the collaboration, redistribution, and collective governance, which is actually give the power to the many marginalized groups to like govern themselves, and also to govern the power of knowledge, and also to find a way to actual collaborations to what I'm talking as eye-to-eye level collaboration, and especially the redistribution of the resources, which is actually the very much we were very fascinated and engaged in the document of 15, the idea of the redistribution, the like whole funding questions, and also releasing the gap between art and craft, because very often the global south art seen as a craft, and which is actually the way to look down or like look not valid into the so-called contemporary art world. So yeah, and I directly come to the foundation class. As Ulf explained, its foundation class is a study program by the Kunsthochschule, facilitates the arts and design academies, people who are exiled or people who are experiencing racism here, people who have migrated to Germany or affected by racism. The foundation class I will explain as an art school within the art school, because it has its own politics and it has its own functionality in the space. And this is our studio some times ago. So it's the same space we're running still. And the foundation class politics are very clear. And also our students are very often they come from the global south, the socialization or the knowledge, but very often they are confronted with these so-called art selection committees and the different art institutes. They are too political, or their work too political, and then what is that too political mean? So I think it's very often what is too political mean, like it's become very clear. The aesthetic they don't understand, and they undermining, or it's like become like non-art. Like it's also a way to reduce our knowledge and our expertise into the suddenly say too political. And foundation class is like very much space-based place, because everything started in the 2016 with the studio. So we hold the studio for who are here and who will come, because the foundation class students are very much based on what is the border policies and the border policies around the EU, what it does, because the 2015 we have a lot of Syrian students, because there was a lot of doors are open at that particular moment. And also we said hack the institute and close the doors, because I think closed door is a very important policy for us, because of the some time to protect us, and also sometimes to make a safer space for the own student, we need to close the door. And while we're demanding to open the art school door for many others, many students from us, but we also close the door, because that's how we actually hacking the institute, because we're running our own the program inside and take the money and run, which is actually that's one of the biggest motive in the foundation class, which is we encourage students and the participants to how to deal with the German institute, and like how to deal with the funding, and also how to play with this card of integration, but while we doing our own show. So the 2019, James Babetola and Maria Masol, biggest contribution, they create the community agreement, which is actually now the fundamental base for the people who are dealing with the space, and also how to make a mutual respect to each others. And also, of course, we make friendship and care. We care about more than before making art, we make friends. So actually hang out and caring about each other as a part of the practice of art, part of the care, and also to reflect this all the reproduction labor within the space. And foundation class teaching practice as a learning and unlearning process. Students and teachers are engaging very eye to eye level and also very closely sharing the ideas, knowledge, and perspectives. It could happen in the studio time. It could happen in hanging out session. It could happen in the walk and the emotional and practical care. So in this all the time, these are all we in the foundation class see as a way of learning and a way of also sharing knowledge and producing knowledge, and emphasize the process of all the process over the product, because there is very often in the art school there is this big pressure of producing big objects or like very object-based work, and we encourage students in the practice of foundation class and also the practice of other teaching spaces to engage with the process, go with the process, and also it's a process as a way to learn, and also process as a way to reflect where we come from and what is where we are. And cultivate empathy is a practice of generative sensitivity towards life situation, because many of the foundation class students, they have sometimes very fundamental questions, very simple, basic needs as a life crisis, find a home in Berlin, or go to the foreign office in the city. These are actually become a part of our practice. Actually, these are also part of our learning processes, like how to reflect and how to share the privilege in the certain time according to the time period. Empowering aesthetic, looking into the own cultures and family memories and legacies as artist resource, because when we come here, we actually very often try to reduce into the one legal perspective or artistic category. So, but we encourage students and we encourage who is in the space to like looking at their own legacies in the history and own culture, own family, and within the family memories to like as a take the source as artistic practice, and art making also as a engaging collective desire, and also intimate listening practitioners. So in the foundation class, there is many times the teachers, we also have to like, not just the teaching, we also have to listen a lot, because they have a lot of story to share. At this time also there is a lot of need of attention, because there is that's where it's come from, the lack of accessibility, lack of all those racism experience, and then there is this teaching part is a very big part of also listening to them, and also find the way to engage those pain and engage those moments as a moment of learning. And of course, we like to cook, and food is a big part of us, and also like it's a sort of like something as a migrant community or like people who migrate to bring the things together, and also it's one of last thing many people can share as a physicality, where they come from, to cook together. And this is the sort of teacher method we're using. We use toolkits to make a very accessible way to deal with the German bureaucratic and the way to deal with the precarious situations, and also how to turn them into the practice. So, and the collective productions. So how to deal with the collective authorship beyond this, encouraging to individual artists to produce individual artists. We encourage very often students to see the art production as a collective knowledge production, which is actually there's no the avant-garde or genius who are all like, it's making art as as dealing with the social knowledge, which is hundreds of thousands of people are contributed. The practices like cooking, going for a home, taking rest, going for a walk, talking to someone, listening, making coffee, making tea, as a practice of learning, and also practice of resistance, and also practice of celebrating, which is very important to celebrate ourselves and also celebrate the work we're doing, also celebrate the space where we are, and bring the humor and little bit make a joke and laugh, and because for a moment to get the new breed, and also come together. It's a very big part of the foundation class, and like since it started, it's always people bring together many different people who lost their mainlands actually to meeting in it's like burning like a little island, everybody meeting, and all those things are like we're using as a method, and also to archiving the memories, and also physically and also the emotionally archiving this experience and translate into the different practice class. So these are the now I'm coming to actually the title of the paper, because the how to reinvent the aesthetic and politics, because our presence and our practice completely opposing not opposing in a violent way, but it's doing a parallelly to the what actually the classical European art school try to do. So while we are inside, while all the students are like as a guest student, and we are guest teachers or guest professors, so we create our presence actually already create the new politics intervene. They have to deal with us. They have to reach us. They have to learn a new language to talk to us. They have to find a new language, a new aesthetic language to talk to us. It's already articulating the debate in the school, and also it's articulating the other BPOC students in the school, which is who are like quite marginalized in the most of the art school context. So we create this foundation class, and this our presence actually already creating this articulated the debate, and also we create the situations they can't avoid us anymore. So because we are there and we will be there, and yeah, I went very fast, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishan. Thank you, Krishan.